History remembers 1492 as the year Europe crossed the Atlantic. But what if the first imperial flag in the Caribbean was not Spanish? What if it was Ottoman? Image_shorts_1, a lone Ottoman explorer seen from behind, silhouetted against a setting sun over a vast unknown ocean horizon, vertical cinematic composition, no readable text. Image_shorts_2, two robed Ottoman scholars seen from behind, walking toward a large ornate astrolabe displayed in a courtyard, deep in discussion, vertical cinematic composition, no readable text. Image_shorts_3, an extreme close-up of an ancient carved wooden astrolabe and a worn rolled-up map made of treated hide, candlelit historical texture, vertical composition, no readable text. Imagine a world where the crescent flag unfurled on distant shores long before the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria ever set sail. In this alternate timeline, a world of speculation, not history, we ask, what if the Ottoman Empire discovered the Americas first? Image_shorts_1, a determined Ottoman sailor seen from behind, steering a small fast ship through crashing waves, vertical cinematic action composition, no readable text. Image_shorts_2, a group of Ottoman merchants and sailors seen from behind, gathered at a port and staring toward the vast open sea, dramatic dawn atmosphere, vertical composition, no readable text. Image_shorts_3, an extreme close-up of a weathered maritime compass, its needle trembling slightly and pointing west, brass details, dark wooden table, vertical macro composition, no readable text. What if the mighty Ottoman Empire, pressured by Portuguese expansion and driven by maritime ambition, charted a westward course to a new world? How would it reshape continents, cultures, and the balance of global power? Image_shorts_1, a solitary Ottoman cartographer or sailor seen from behind, looking out from a high rampart toward the open sea, vertical cinematic frame, no readable text. Image_shorts_2, two figures, one, a high-ranking Ottoman official, standing in an ornate map room and gesturing toward an unfurled scroll map, seen from behind, vertical composition, no readable text. Image_shorts_3, an extreme close-up of decorative gold ink brushstrokes on aged parchment, abstract flowing patterns inspired by Ottoman calligraphy but containing no readable Arabic or Latin text, ornate ink wash, warm candlelight, vertical composition. It is the late 15th century. The Ottoman Empire under Sultan Bayezid II stretches across 3 continents, commanding trade, diplomacy, and naval power from Istanbul. Bayezid is cautious, but his empire stands at the center of a changing world. Ottoman naval power is formidable in the Mediterranean, where galleys and merchant vessels dominate familiar waters. But the Atlantic is different, wider, harsher, and less forgiving. To cross it, the empire would need more than traditional naval strength. Meanwhile, Portuguese mariners are pushing down the coast of Africa, seeking a route that could bypass the old Islamic and Mediterranean trade networks entirely. In Istanbul, scholars study ancient maps, sailors exchange rumors, and officials begin to wonder whether the West might hold both danger and opportunity. Our alternate history begins in 1488, 4 years before Columbus. A storm of unprecedented ferocity catches an Ottoman exploratory vessel, the Deniz Sahini, the Sea Falcon, far off its planned course during a reconnaissance mission down the West African coast. Weeks later, battered but intact, the crew sights land. It is not Africa, nor any known European island. Lush green hills rise from a pristine turquoise sea, and the sailors realize they have reached a world no Ottoman map has ever named. They have stumbled upon what we know as the Lesser Antilles, perhaps Guadeloupe or Dominica. The initial encounters with indigenous island communities, including peoples later associated with the Taino world, are cautious and filled with mutual astonishment. Trade begins before either side fully understands what has happened. Their captain, Kapudan Hasan Pasha, is pragmatic and observant. He records the strange flora and fauna, studies local customs, and collects samples of unfamiliar crops. He understands that this is not merely an island encounter. It is a discovery that could shake empires. After grueling months, the Deniz Sahini limps back to Alexandria. Its sails are torn, its crew exhausted, and its hold filled with exotic plants, gold nuggets, strange fruits, and extraordinary stories. The news ripples through the empire's hierarchy until it reaches Sultan Bayezid II himself. Bayezid II is intrigued, not because he is reckless, but because he understands the threat. If Portugal can outflank the old trade routes, then the empire must learn what lies beyond the Western Ocean. He gathers cartographers, scholars, astronomers, and senior advisors inside Topkapi Palace. A second, larger expedition is prepared. This time, the fleet is different. Ottoman shipwrights study captured Iberian hull designs, reinforce Black Sea merchant vessels, and adapt their ships for Atlantic winds. The mission includes sailors, soldiers, naturalists, agricultural experts, and Sufi scholars. The expedition reaches Hispaniola. Initial contact is peaceful, and trade begins. The Ottomans introduce steel tools, textiles, spices, and metalwork, receiving gold ornaments, tobacco, cotton, maize, and potatoes in return. A small fortified trading post is established on the northern coast of Hispaniola. They name it Yeni İstanbul, New Istanbul. It is not yet a colony in the European sense, but a strategic foothold, a warehouse, a harbor, and a warning. But no secret in the Mediterranean stays secret for long. Venetian merchants hear whispers of Ottoman ships returning with impossible goods from the west. In a dimly lit palazzo, spies trade maps, rumors, and fear. By the early 1490s, news of Ottoman presence in the Western Ocean reaches the courts of Spain and Portugal through leaked maps and intercepted reports. The reaction is shock, outrage, and urgency. Europe realizes it may already be late. Columbus's voyage, which in our history departs in 1492, is now shaped by fear rather than speculation. His expedition becomes a frantic race to claim territory before the Ottomans can consolidate their hold. The Atlantic is no longer an empty promise, it is a contested frontier. In 1493, Columbus reaches the Caribbean, only to find the Ottoman outpost of Yeni İstanbul already thriving. The flags of the Sultan fly over the bay, Ottoman ships sit at anchor, and the so-called New World is no longer waiting for Europe. Diplomatic letters move across the Atlantic and Mediterranean, but each message only sharpens the crisis. Spain sees the Ottoman presence as an affront to its ambitions. Istanbul answers that discovery, settlement, and possession have already spoken. The Ottomans stand firm. Their Grand Vizier argues that the empire arrived first, traded first, and built first. The Pope, normally a mediator in European claims, finds his influence diminished in the face of Ottoman power and Atlantic facts. This escalating tension culminates in the Battle of the Azure Sea in 1495, off the coast of Hispaniola. A Spanish fleet sent to dislodge the Ottomans meets a reinforced Ottoman armada prepared for war. The clash turns the Caribbean into a battlefield of empires. The Ottomans repel the Spanish, but the victory is costly. Damaged ships drift through smoke, sailors fight fires, and the sea is filled with broken timber. The battle proves that the New World is not simply waiting to be taken by any European power. The defeat forces Europe to shift strategy. Spain and Portugal turn more aggressively towards Central and South America, Africa, and Asia. The Caribbean becomes neither purely Ottoman nor purely European, but contested from the start. Pause. Yet victory does not make the Atlantic easy to hold. An Ottoman captain stands at sunset, staring across an endless ocean that now connects Istanbul to a distant and fragile frontier. The empire has won a battle, but maintaining a world across the sea will test everything it knows. Bayezid II assesses the cost and issues a new decree. Expansion will slow, consolidation will come first. The empire will focus on controlled trade, guarded harbors, resource extraction, and alliances with indigenous communities. The Ottoman discovery transforms the Americas into a new frontier of Ottoman-European rivalry. The Caribbean becomes a divided zone of competing harbors, alliances, and sea lanes. From the beginning, no single empire can claim it uncontested. Ottoman colonization takes a different shape from mass European settlement. It is built around trading posts, military garrisons, tax agreements, and alliances. Indigenous communities that resist European expansion find in the Ottomans a powerful, if unequal, partner. Culturally, the impact is profound. Islam finds new followers among some indigenous communities, blending with local spiritual traditions. Small mosques, adapted to the tropics, appear beside villages, harbors, and trade roads. The Colombian exchange changes direction and rhythm. Maize, potatoes, tobacco, and cacao flow into Ottoman markets, while coffee, horses, textiles, and new technologies travel west. Istanbul becomes one of the first great gateways of the American exchange. New wealth and expanded trade networks prolong Ottoman strength. Istanbul grows richer, its harbor more diverse, and its shipyards more ambitious. The empire adapts, not by abandoning its old world, but by adding a new ocean to it. Europe is forced to compete on multiple fronts. The Atlantic, Africa, the Indian Ocean, and the Mediterranean all become linked theaters of rivalry. The world that emerges is less Eurocentric and more multipolar. The indigenous populations of the Ottoman Americas still face disease, pressure, and exploitation. But the Ottoman focus on trade and alliance, rather than immediate mass settlement, changes the scale of devastation. Some communities survive with greater autonomy. This is not a utopia. Exploitation still occurs, and power remains unequal. Yet some indigenous leaders negotiate buffer states and vassal kingdoms, using Ottoman rivalry with Europe to preserve more of their land, identity, and authority. By the 18th century, the Ottoman Americas become a region of blended cultures. Ottoman Turkish mixes with local languages, Islamic forms blend with indigenous ritual life, and architecture takes on a style seen nowhere else in the world. The global balance of power is fundamentally reshaped. The Ottoman Empire remains a dominant force deeper into the modern age, influencing politics, trade, and culture across 3 continents and the Atlantic world. The Atlantic Ocean never becomes a European lake. It becomes a contested sea, a crossroads where East and West meet, trade, fight, and transform each other in ways our history never allowed. This alternate history creates a world where Ottoman influence and indigenous resilience produce entirely new civilizations in the Americas. Discovery becomes not a single European story, but a truly global collision of ambitions, beliefs, and survival. The answer to our question is a world richer, more diverse, and more contested. A world where trade routes, faiths, empires, and peoples weave together across oceans. A world where history never had a single author. This journey into the Ottoman Americas reminds us that the past is not a fixed road. It is a river, always seeking new paths. A single shift can create an entirely different masterpiece. Every empire has a story history forgot. This has been Historix Vault. More are coming. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.